Yeah.
Miracles come while we in the fight. Don't give up and hold him tight. You will have a visible battle scar, but never forget who you are and fight, fight, fight.
Hello, and welcome to Embracing the Fight. I am Erica Lamar, your digital creator and host. Now, I just want to first start off by saying thank you so much for joining Embracing the Fight, and especially to those folks who've been listening and commenting on YouTube, because I have reached 100 subscribers. So I'm excited because the channel is continuing to grow. And that means my message is getting out, and there is a potential that it's helping some folks heal. It's helping people to think about the different things that they have going on in their lives, and they're able to verbalize this and not internalize it. So, with that being said, you know that Embracing the Fight was created to help normalize the conversation surrounding physical and mental health issues and concerns. And I started the story with my story because I'm not really shy about talking about the different things that are going on in my life, because I know that my testimony can definitely help someone else. And with that being said, I want to talk a little bit today about feeling stuck. And I know, there's a lot of different things that can make you, feel stuck. So let's just look at it from three different aspects. So let's talk about the largest, or the first aspect, I would say, the thing that keeps most of us stuck is financial. So a lot of people stay in jobs that they hate because they can't afford to take a lesser paying job, or if they switch, to another job, it may not have all the perks like the bonuses and the cars and the extra like cost of living or shift differential or things of that nature that make it more lucrative for them to want to stay, but then they're dying on the inside. Or every day they wake up, it's like they have to give themselves a pep talk, to get out of bed, or they're crying all the time, they're depressed. It's like they daydream in their head so much, like they see themselves somewhere else, but don't know how to connect, the two. So they feel stuck because it's like, okay, I've worked in a particular industry for 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, and this is all that I know. So nobody's going to want me in another industry because I don't have, what it takes. That is so far from the truth. I've met several people, as of late, that have worked in just one industry, but their problem solving skills, the way that they think, their organizational skills, their ability to get people to open up, to talk, to speak, all these different things can be used in other industries. Now, just like you learned whatever job it is you're doing, if you go somewhere else, you can learn there as well. Now, you might start off, at a lower pay scale, but hey, eventually it's going to go up because you are great at whatever it is you do, right? Okay, because you climb to that scale that you're in now. It just may take some time. Or some of us are afraid to take that leap of faith to start a business. So of course, you automatically, oh goodness, if I start a business, I'm going to lose everything. I'm not going to get to do all the fun things that I get to do now. I can't get my hair done. I can't get my nails done. I can't go out on these really expensive dates. I can't buy a new car. I can't get a new house. Stop thinking that way. Can'ts are what are keeping you stuck. You have to speak things as though they are so. So follow me for a second. I have some very good friends that have started businesses, and they started those businesses alongside the job that they're working in. That way, they were able to save money, create a safety net, and then once they got so fed up with this job over here, they jumped from here to here. And once they jumped from the job to entrepreneurship, their life hasn't, been worse. It seems like they are more relaxed. They are more like themselves. They're happy. They're encouraging others, to just take the parachute and jump because you never know until you try it, right? Sure, you got folks out there that are saying, I have kids, I got, husband, I got a wife, I got a this, I got a that. If it is for you and you have done the work and you want to step out on faith with this, you have to give yourself a chance. You have to bet on you. Because if you never take a chance on you, you never bet on you, how do you know, what God has for you? Because anytime that you put forth the effort, God comes right alongside you and helps to project or push this forward. For instance, before when I was just on Facebook, writing messages and people were liking messages and stuff, and I have a private page on Facebook, and I have almost 4,000, people that I have come in contact with just in life. And each person that's on my page, I've come in contact with them in one way or another, actually physically met them, or I've been in a conference with them and have talked to them. So it's no one, outside of me actually meeting them that's on my Facebook page, unless I was just feeling generous one day and said, okay, click like, or, click accept or whatever, so we could be friends. But then I said, okay, let me slide over here, to YouTube, start a channel. And now I have people that I don't know that are listening to my message that have jumped on to my Embracing the Fight page on Facebook. And they're encouraging me and they're telling me, this is a great message. You should do this, you should do that. So you have to think about it like this, that everything and everyone that's around you right now doesn't define what can come into your circle when you have faith, when you trust God, and when you have the mindset for expansion, when you believe, when you say, like the prayer Jabez, Lord, enlarge my territory, bless me indeed. When you start speaking, those things, then you'll notice that it'll just start growing organically. There's nothing that you have to do. You don't have to run out with a bullhorn, no signs, no huge, advertisements, nothing like that. It just starts to happen organically because you become your message. So every time I come on and I'm speaking, about the different things that people are dealing with, I get messages. I get questions. I get lots of different things, and people are even willing to say, "Hey, I'll come on your show and I'll talk about this and I'll talk about that." And we're going to start doing, a lot more of that. But I'm just trying to encourage you to know that you don't have to know everything. You don't have to know everybody. You don't have to have all the money. If you put in the work, have the faith, God is going to meet you, and you won't have, the financial issues and the financial worries. But I'm saying you got to do the work. You can't just expect for it to fall down out of the sky. Now, of course, you win the lottery. That's something, that's totally different. But I'm saying if you have a dream, rather than feeling stuck, start working on that dream. Couple it with your faith. Continue to do, what you're doing on the side or whatever it is that you're doing to make income. But don't let that thing be a shackle. Don't let it hold you down. Let it go. It's okay to let it go. Sure, you might feel, loyal to your coworkers and to all these other people, but think about it like this. If you weren't doing so well and that company decided that you were not it, they wouldn't give you 2 weeks notice. They wouldn't give you a 2 minute notice. They walk in there and tell you get your stuff and get out, And some of them might not even say it that nice. So, you really have to break away from this false sense of loyalty to something that isn't giving you anything in return. There's so much greater for you out there when you choose yourself. All right. So the other thing that we think about when feeling stuck, it's physical. So I know there are times that I talk about wanting to lose weight, and I've been a lot more active and been doing a lot, more things. So I'm actually taking the steps to get there. I'm not forcing myself, not being mean to myself. I'm giving myself grace. I'm eating better. I'm doing all these different things. But then I get on the scale and it's like, you ain't moving 2 pounds. That's it. It's like, what am I doing wrong? So when you feel stuck, when it comes to something that you're trying to do physically, you have to change things up. You can't expect, a greater or better result if you're not putting in the effort to get to where you want to be physically. For instance, look at Sha'Carri Richardson. I absolutely love her story. If you think about it, a couple of years ago, she got, banned because she had basically some weed in her system. She tested positive, so she couldn't run, she couldn't collect the medal, she couldn't do anything. She was just out. And then when she returned, she was dead last. You had all kinds of folks, all over social media saying, all the Jamaicans have run her under the ground. The whole world's run under the ground because she was absolutely last and she's never going to do this and she's never going to be this. And the whole time I was cheering for her. I was cheering for her because I knew a little of her background story, not because I know her personally, but because I was reading and I saw that she had lost her mother. And I saw that, she was just struggling, with depression. And it's like, you have a young woman in this spotlight and people don't realize what you have to do to actually get to that level. So she had to be great in order to get to that level. But to reach a different level of greatness, she had to buckle down. She had to say no, to drugs. She had to focus. She had to change her way of thinking. And she just really had to get in there and grind. And what did she do in Budapest? First place. She got a gold medal in the 100 meters. All right. And then she turned around and she got a bronze in the 200. And then she ran the anchor for the 4 mile one and they got another gold medal. So you can't tell me that a person can't go through something and then just, rise out of the ashes like a phoenix, like Sha'Carri Richardson did. So with that being said, I know that if I want to be the best version of myself, I can't just think about it. Especially when it comes to, the physical part of me or the physical part of you. You can't just think about it. Thinking about it does nothing. You actually have to act when it's something physical. Now, on the mental side of things, there's something that I've never really, understood. And I hope that it never, comes to me to truly understand. And I say that because sometimes when you say you want to understand something, God, has a way of sending it to you so you can understand it. But I don't want to understand it in that way. What I don't understand is I was just listening to the news and I didn't even catch the guy's name. But there was this guy that decided that he wanted to commit suicide. And he wrote a letter to his father and left it on his bed. Well, first thing he did was he put on a bulletproof vest and he has weapons and he drove to Edward Waters College in Jacksonville. So when he got there, the security officers at the gate asked him to identify himself, and when he wouldn't, they basically turned him around. All right. So when he got turned around, he went to like a shopping store or like a grocery store. He went somewhere. Anyway, when he got there, apparently his father had found this note, called the police, told the police, what to expect, what was going to happen. And this guy shot someone in the parking lot, shot someone in the store, shot another person that was trying to leave the store, and then started chasing that person's girlfriend into the parking lot, shooting at her. Now, my thing is, you wrote a letter to commit suicide, but you decided to take others' lives in order for you to, I guess, die by police or suicide by police because you're not physically killing yourself. So is this because this person is thinking that, if I kill myself, I won't go to heaven, but if I provoke the police and the police, if I do something wrong and provoke the police and they kill me, then I can still, make it in, but I just want to die for no, for whatever reason. And I've always wondered, why people do that. It's like, if you don't want to be in this world, why do you want to take others who do want to be in this world? So when I think about suicide, I always wonder, what is it that we can do to help people who are contemplating suicide? Because I want you to know, if you're hearing this message and you're thinking about committing suicide, don't do it. There is a purpose and a light and something very, very special, something very beautiful, something very, very, very wonderful inside of you that can help others that only you can do. So if your light and your soul leave without fulfilling these things, then, where will it go? What will happen? And you're loved. Even though, you might feel like, oh, I don't have no friends, nobody loves me, nobody likes me. That's not necessarily true. You just need a change of scenery. You need to talk to someone. Call suicide hotline. And if you can't, call the suicide hotline because you really don't think it's suicide, you're suicidal, you might just have depression, anxiety, something like that. Give a call to a mental health therapist. Don't take all this on yourself, because what happens is people try to self-medicate. People try to tell themselves that, oh, you know what, I can deal with it, I can fix it, I can do this, I can do that. Then something else happens, and something else happens, and something else happens. And this compounded effect makes them want to commit suicide. So before you get to that point, talk to someone. If you're in a dead end relationship, you're being abused, and you think suicide is the only answer, that's not the answer. Get away from that person, get away from that situation. If you don't feel like you can, there are resources, there are people that are in the world that will help you get away from these things if you just say something. I understand that, a lot of people may be afraid and they think the person is going to do something to them or to the person is trying to help them. Well, I don't know, how to tell you any other way, but living in fear is killing you, just like this person, is making you believe that they will kill you too. Because a lot of folks um, get murdered or get harmed every day because they stay. When they leave and when they break away, sure, it might not be easy, to start. But once you get out there, you'll find that there are so many giving people, so many kind people that will reach out, that will help you, that won't let you be homeless, that won't let your children go without food, that will make sure that you have a roof over your head and things to help you. You just cannot stay stuck in situations that make you feel that suicide is the only way out, because it isn't. There are so many other ways and so many other things that can help you get to a healthy place. So if after hearing my message, you still feel stuck, there's something that I think that you should take a moment to do. I think that you should pray. I think you should ask God to reset your heart. You should ask Him to place His hedge of protection around you. Ask Him to guide you, to lead you, to direct your path. Be very specific about what it is. If you're trying to leave a job to start anew, specifically ask for what it is that you're trying to start anew. If you're trying to break away from that feeling of suicide, ask Him to give you strength. Ask Him for restoration. Ask Him to show Himself mighty, to show Himself strong in your life. because God is love. He will help you. You just have to trust and believe. He's going to send the right people, the right measures, whatever it is that you need. He is going to do that for you just because he loves you. Not because he wants anything in return, but because he loves you. You have to trust and believe that your life was not designed for you to be miserable, for you to be harmed, for you to be filled with debt, for you to be broken, for you to be contemplating suicide. He created you in his image. He loves you. Just know that. Thank you so much for taking a moment to listen to Embracing the Fight. I ask that you please click like, click share, and subscribe to the channel. This will help me to get this message out, and this will help me to continue to grow my channel so I can impact millions and help people heal by embracing their own personal fight. Have an absolutely amazing day.